Hello, my name is Patrick, and welcome to this Titanic interior tutorial for Minecraft. I know that was a really bad intro, but hey, I gotta work with it. Anyways, I believe that we shall get into this video because it is long overdue. Now, anyways, I had started recording, and, I had also finished recording, but the file got lost. So, that's why these are here. But, I guess we can just destroy one of these and get rid of this and one of these. Now, these little things right here are called telegraphs. Say hello to the telegraph. Yes, say hello to it. Say hello to it. Good. Have you said hello to it? Thank you. Now, the way that we're going to start this off is that we're going to recognize where these telegraphs are going to go. Now, you could probably tell that mine are all in front of the windows, except for the middle window. Right there. So, they all go here, but this final one over here on the end of the wall, or on the last window on either side, is back a little bit more. And I don't know the reason as to why this is how it is, but it's in photographs of the bridge for the Titanic, and well, I can't really change history. Alright, so beginning, we are going to need all of these. Also, I'm using mods, but if you're playing on a console, you can improvise as well. Hey, I'm not in charge of you, so it's really your choice. Alright, so we're going to begin with our yellow concrete. And we're going to go all the way over here to the sports section. And we're going to grab our ship's helm. And that'll be it for now. So, on this middle window, this fourth window from either side, we're going to put our helm down right there. One block out from the front. Just like that. So now you should have something that looks about like this, but just pretend that all these other telegraphs aren't here. Ugh. Sorry. But now, we're going to go to one of our windows, particularly one of these, or these. And in front of those windows, we're going to skip a block, and we're going to figure out where our corners are. So there's one corner, and we're going to mark them. Then there's another corner. Then there's another corner. And you could probably guesstimate where it is. Last corner. Yep. Alright, so that's that. And, well, oh my goodness, I need to get rid of this thing. It's gonna drive me nuts. Well, now, what we're going to do is we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in, and we're going to start building right there. And then we're going to put another one behind that. And then another 2 right there. Then another 2 out. So you should have a 4-bit gap between your corners on either side. And go ahead and do that for the rest of them over here. because it's going to be the exact same on every side. One, two, there's 4. Yep. Alright, so there we go. Now what we're going to do is just pick one of those 6s and then just go diagonal to the left or to the right by 1. So right here. Then you're going to want to put 2 out to the side. And then we're going to put 1, and then another 2 back toward the aft of the ship. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you know all logic of ship terms, so if you don't, you should go learn them, or I will tell you. So the aft of the ship is basically like the back of the ship. It's the back of the ship, or the stern, or just the curvy part. So if you do that on all the gaps, you should have something that looks a bit like this. And now you can get rid of those little corner splotches, because those were just markers. Now we're going to trace the inside of there. We're just going to trace it, and that's all there is to it. Any minute now. Now, if you get a big old splotch like this, where this is, just place one there. And then just continue tracing. To those of you who are watching, if you want to send me pictures of how you've done, my email is in my About page, and that is free access to anyone who wants to send me anything. Now, on that second row of, or the row that we traced, or the trace itself, on top of there, we're going to just place blocks on top of it, like this. Oh. Like this. On the very inside. So don't do any rows of 2, don't do any mess like that. So what I'm meaning is, whenever you get to these little thick spots here, just do the 3 inside, like that. And then just continue tracing. If I'm not explaining well enough, please tell me in the comment section down below. And if you have any ideas as to where I should start next, please tell me in the comment section down below. Please, 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 please. Then after you get that second row finished, we're going to trace that second row on the top, see right here, and we're going to just skip that bottom one. Oh. And you need to do this very carefully, because you don't want any mishaps. 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just about there. Wait, did I already do that? No. Did I? No. Alright, so there's your two little things. Now, you can probably see that we're starting to curve upward. And I'm sorry for the lag, but I don't want to edit this video too much. So I'm not going to do anything to fix it. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to do the same thing that we did for this layer. Is we're just going to trace the top of the thing that we just traced. And when you get to the little corner pieces there, just do the 2 on the inside. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Alright, now you should have this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to crouch. Yes, we're going to crouch. And then we're going to scroll our mouse wheel for those of you on PC. And we're going to scroll all the way to our line. You can probably see it down there. Down there. Way down there at the bottom of the screen. And you're just going to trace the inside of where you just traced. These darn things. So what you're doing is you're just tracing behind that third row. So the first row of wood from the outside. So here we go. Almost there. There we go. Oh, almost. Almost. And there. So now you should have something that looks like this. Now comes the tricky part. Yay. We're going to scroll back to our single bits. Then, on every 6 in the middle, so you should have 2 on either side of where you place a bit. So, for instance, you have this 6, right? And you have 2, and then 2 upward, and then back down 2. So you should have something like that on all 4 sides. Now, we are going to do a line of 4 now. So, just do another 2 out and then 1 on either side. And this is for the left and right only. 3, 4. Alright, there we go. Now you should have something that looks a bit like this. Now comes the really tricky part, and I hope that you can understand this. So you're going to go up 1 on one of your sides of the 4. Then you're going to want to go back 2. Then delete the first one that you placed down. So now you should have something that looks a bit like that. Like this. Then you're going to go up 1, out 1, delete the first one, then up another one. Out, up, 4, delete the first one. So now you should have something that looks a bit like this. And then you're just going to do the same on the other side. So there's that. And then you're just gonna fill it in the top the way that you brought it out. So satisfying, I suppose. Unless you absolutely hate Minecraft. Alright. So now you should have something that looks a bit like this, like a little ring. Now you're going to do the same on the other side. So once again, go up 1, out 2, delete the 1 on the 4, up 1 again on the 2, out 1, delete the up 1, then go up 3. Oh, wait a minute. No, go up 1, and then go out another 1, and then go up 4. Then delete the 1 that makes it 5 all the way down at the bottom. Then you're just going to want to do the same, but backwards, all the way at the top. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now you should have something that looks a bit like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to trace the inside and outside. Just like this. Ah. Alright, there's that. Then you're going to want to do the same on the outside. Oh, without messing it up. Alright, so now you should have a big, thick ring like that. And then what you're going to do is just do the same on the other side. I'm trying to do this at the same time because I do not want to have to keep you all waiting. If I decide to do it later on, I don't want to keep you all waiting. Now, I know that there's only just the 4 of you, but heck. Still, I don't want to keep you all waiting. Ah. Alright. Disaster averted. Here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2. Then 1, 2. Alright, so there's both your thick rings. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fill in this big all open space. Now we're not going to fill it in, but we're just going to fill in the outside. So, for instance, where you have that row of 4 for your rings, on the outside of that you're going to put 1, and then you're going to want to put another 1, or another 2 rather, then another 2 on the 6, and then just increase that all to 2 high, like that. Then you're going to want to do the same on the other side. There's all that. Alright. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to connect one side to the other, like this. So, say for instance you have this row 4, and this is for clarification. You're just going to go from the bottom row 4 and then just connect it to the other 4. Like that. Then you're just going to do that all the way along. There. Then you're just going to want to do the same, no matter if it's vertical or horizontal or diagonal or long ways or slant ways or any other ways you can think of. Anyone remember that? I bet not. I also bet so. Alright, so there's that. So what you're doing is just filling all this in so you don't have to do this later. And I recommend that you do this now. In this time, I'd also like to give credit for the whole design of the ship to Richlarrousse. His channel will be in the description down below. And a link to this very tutorial and a link to the Titanic tutorial will be down there as well. I've had a lot of fun creating his ships, and I hope that you will as well. But hey, it's not really up to me if you enjoy it or not. It's really up to you and your subconscious and la-di-da. Almost finished here. Just about finished. Now, I do hope that you've already built the ship and aren't thinking that this is actually a tutorial for the ship itself. There. There. Last row of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so now you should have this sort of like 3-way pipe system looking thing. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go back into your inventory. And you can get rid of your yellow concrete now if you want to, but I would save that for later just in case. So what you're going to do now is go back to your Chisels and Bits tab, and then you're going to type in black concrete. You're also going to type in quartz. Then get your block of quartz chisel bit. Not chiseled quartz block or pillar, just regular old quartz. Now I'm going off of these prototypes here because I have no notes whatsoever. And on the middle of the 3 that you traced earlier, this one right here, you're going to do a line of 4 white. Just like that. And you're going to go up one on the other side. And then in the gaps, you're just going to fill in black, like this. And then you're going to do 2 black from the side. then do there, and there, and there. It's right there. And then, we're basically just gonna go row by row. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side while I'm at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. Alright, so there's that on both sides. Then, on that third row upward, we're going to do 2 quarts, like so, and then black, and then quartz, then black, black, right? Yep. And then quartz, and then black, and then quartz, quartz. Just like that. Now I shall go ahead and do the other side. There we go. Now, after that row, on top of there, we're going to start on the outside, go in. We're going to have black, black, white, black, black, white, white, black, white, black, black. Like that. So you should get this sort of octopus looking shape, I guess you could call it. Or this octopus kind of picture, I guess. But you can make it look like whatever you want it to. Alright, so next row upward, it's basically the same pattern, I think, yeah. And then 2 black, 1 quartz. Actually, no, it's not the same. And then another quartz behind there. Then 2 quartz. Then another 2 quartz. And then 2 black, like that. So just go ahead and do that on the other side. 2 black on either side. Then the middle is all quartz. Like there. And on the next row upward, we're going to turn the tables a bit. So we're going to start with 2 quartz on either side. And then 1 black on either side. Then 1 more quartz on either side. More quartz on either side, and then 2 black in the middle. So what we're doing here is doing like stop, start engines, half, full, or this could be slow if you wanted to. Slow, half, full speed. Then this is just a placeholder for nothing. Alright, now on the same, or up 1, we're going to start with 1 black on either side. Oh, get rid of that one. Then 2 quartz, and then fill in the middle with black. Like so. This one's wrong here. So I'll go ahead and fix that. Yeah, they're all fine. Wrong there. Oh, I need to be doing the other side too, don't I? Whoops. Just a moment, please, while I fix my mistakes. There we go. And now, on the second to last row, we're going to do white, 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 white on either side, then 4 black in the middle, like so. Then that's all for that row. But I'm just going to go ahead and do the other side so I don't have to worry about it later. Then the very top row, finally we've made it, is 1 quartz on either side, and then 2 black in the middle, like that. I know that the audio may look screwed up, but it's really not. It's just me screwing up how I talk. Alright, then there you go. There's your telegraph lines and such. Now, we're going to put the butter on our croissant. And we're going to go back to our tab and type in brown. Oh, not brown. Brown concrete. Then you're going to get those. And then on the white, on the group of 4 in the middle of the white, you're going to want to do group 4 on top of it, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to want to do another group of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what we're going to do is basically kind of the same as the outline of our telegraph face. We're going to go up 1 and then out 1, delete the first one, go up another 1. Then the same on the other side, and then out 1, then up 3, 3, delete the first one, one, 2, 3, 4. There's that. Then just do a line across, and then delete the 2 on the ends. Then in the middle of your 4, the middle 2, you're going to want to go up 3. Excuse me. Sorry if I just blew your eardrums out. And then you're just going to do a pair of 6, or a pair of 3 in the middle, right there. So 3 on the second one in from either side. I'm really sorry if I blew your eardrums out. Then you're just going to do the same on the other side. And the handle. And there we go. We have our telegraph. And I know it looks quite bad, but heck, who really cares? And now if you haven't had all your things placed before, I'm just gonna delete this here so that I can show you how to put that one. So, with your mouse wheel, if you're on PC, you're going to click and click. Now you should see that this fits in very nicely with the block, just barely. This top section. now, what we're going to do is we're going to crouch, then bring it all the way over to the wall, and then the little plank, you should have two dark lines of the block standing outside. So you should have something that looks like this. So what I mean by the two dark lines is this one right here and this one right here should be visible. I think. Is that right? Yes. Yes, it is correct. And now, I found, while I was doing the other failed tutorial bit, that you have to put a line of 2 down the center of the telegraph stem in order to put the head of the telegraph on. And then you're going to crouch and then just line it up. Then place it down. So there's that, and then it's a lot more simple for the other ones. Just skip a block toward the middle or to the left or right or wherever you're at, and then just place them on top of each other. Just like that. And then we're going to get the posts out of the way. So we're going to scroll over to our lines with the brown concrete. And then, on this block right here, we're going to go down 1 and out 1. And we're going to find our middle. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on the 8th from the top, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then the 8th from the left, we're gonna place your post in a group of 4 with those dimensions on every single possible way. Then you're just gonna place another 4 on top of that, and another 4 on top of that. And then there's your little support pillars. Now, the reason that we skipped a block behind here is because we're gonna put our binnacle. Now what we're doing here is we're basically doing the same thing, but you're gonna wanna make sure that you have a group of 4 instead of a group of 6. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna skip this one particle here of the wood in the middle. Then you're gonna wanna put 2, and then 1 on either side. So your group of 4 should be centered. Then you're going to want to do another group of 2 like that, and then you're going to skip the 1 and just do a group of 2 like that. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Then back 2, into, out 4, out 2, back 2, out 2, back 2, then 3. This is what happens when you rush, so take your time. And I'll just fix this little mistake. There. So it should have this sort of cylinder thing right here in the middle. Now what you're going to do is you're just gonna scroll back over to your singular bits, and I really should have kept a copy of how I did this, but hey, actually, aha, it is here. Thank the Lord. So now I can copy this. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a layer of 2 all the way around again. This is where the compass goes, if you're not sure what a binnacle is. Now, do y'all want me to do it open? Because if you have watched the Titanic movie before, by James Cameron, you would know that, I forgot who it was, but I think it was 5th Officer Lowe, I think, that, opened the binnacle to see direction on the night of the sinking. But we're not going to do this one open. I need to check, is that 2? Yeah, that's 2. Alright, so there's that. And now what you're going to do is you're just going to go back on top of there, and you're going to, yet again, you're going to trace. But if you still want to keep that kind of circular shape, you can take away any extra blocks, like that one right there, that you may have. 2, 3, 4. Here. Oh, did I just do something bad? No. Okay. And there. This stupid lag. Daggum lag. Ugh. There. It's all falling apart. Okay. Disaster averted. Now we're going. Now you should have something that looks a bit like this. Now you're going to double this in height, so you're basically going to yet again trace it, but you're only going, when you come to these corners, you're only going to do the 2, like that, because it's going to look like this. And then you have that 4, then the 2 there, then 4, might as well go ahead and get this one out of the way, and that one too, then 1, 2. Alright, so now you should have something that looks a bit like this. And then, on the 4s on the side, you're going to want just a cube of 4, like that. So a 2 by 2 on the outside. The other 2 being on the outside, or the other group of 4 being on the outside. So let me just clarify, because I know that that wasn't a very good explanation. So on the second one on the 4s, from either side, you're going to want to put 2 like that, then another 2 on top of that, and then a group of 4 out from the group of 4 that you just put down. I'm sorry if it doesn't make sense, but you gotta deal with it. Then you're just gonna trace and fill in at the same time if you want to. I'm sorry if this isn't very detailed per se, but hey, there's only so much you can do with Minecraft. Then just delete those 3 for me anyways. Alright, so now you should have something that looks like this. We can get rid of this now. For now. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to get rid of all these full bits here. Then what we're going to do is go back to our Chisels and Bits tab. We're going to type in green concrete, or just green. Then we're going to do red concrete as well. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong about where on earth these go, but I'm just choosing a side. So here's this. So you should have like a group of 12, then there, 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 and there. So you should now have something that looks a bit like that. Then on the other side you're just going to do the same, but with the opposite color. Alright, and then there's the bridge finished. Those glitches. Anyways, there's your bridge. That's how it should look. If it doesn't, I don't know what you did wrong, but it's not my fault. And then you're just going to type /clear to remove all your items so that you can just have a clean slate in terms of whatever you're going to do. Now, I'm just going to get rid of those and those. Alright, so the wheelhouse is pretty straightforward. You're just going to put your helm down in the middle window, lining up with the one on top of the bridge, or in the bridge. Then you're going to want to take these sideboards. They can be found in the bedroom thing, I think. Yeah. And then you're going to want to go one. You're going to skip one on the outside and the inside of the wheelhouse. So, hold on. You're going to want to skip this block. Then you're going to want to place it here. And then you're going to want to skip this block. And yet again, place it there. Now, there were more things here, but this is just kind of a simplified version of the wheelhouse. So, for your lanterns, which can be found in the lighting thing, and they don't actually light up, which I don't understand why it's in the lighting section then. All the way down there, there's your lanterns. You're going to grab those, because I have no other kind of excuse. And then, where your door is, you're going to skip 2, and then on the third block on the ceiling, you're going to place a lantern. And you're just going to do the same here. Alright, and that's this number 1 tutorial kind of complete. So, a little bit of a recap of what we did. Hold on. Is we built our telegraphs and binnacle and posts here, and we put down our ship's helm, and we finished the bridge entirely. And we did we did the wheelhouse, or most of it. More of that is to come later on. But, hey, there we go. So, yeah, that should be that. So, if you like this tutorial and how I explain things and how this is going so far, please leave a like on the video and possibly consider subscribing if you want to. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. If there's a lot of likes and a lot of support, I will continue doing these tutorials, but if not, I will not. If there's not a lot of support and such, I will stop doing these tutorials. But anyways, that is tutorial part number 1 for the RMS Titanic. And there is much more to come in terms of detail and a whole lot of other stuff. So, yeah. This is goodbye, then, I suppose. Well, anyways, goodbye. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.